Yo guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. Thank you for today, and today what we're doing, well boys and girls, I'm glad you asked us today. We're back on World Tanks Console, that's right. And we're doing World Tanks Console their tank. Well, again, I'm glad you asked us today. We're doing a tank review on the all new, all singing, all dancing ADAT or ADAT M3A1, I believe its other part of its name is. Yeah, this is the new Ultimate Premium Pass tank, or I should say AA vehicle. Literally, this thing is a anti-aircraft vehicle. Its name, ADAT, is not so much because of the hull, it's more on due because of the turret, due because it's the ADAT design turret, placed, or SAM launcher system, placed on the, oh my gosh, what's it called? Bradley's hull. So there is another variation, though it's British, I believe it is. I could be wrong. Please correct me if I am wrong about the other version. So we could probably see that one sometime in the future. But lately, we have been seeing a good bit of AA vehicles coming into the game, which I already did like a somewhat of a smaller theory crafting in a past tense video, or I should say, when I was talking about this season's vehicles and stuff. But if you want to watch that, go ahead and go back and watch it. But I'm not going to do a theory crafting in this video. All we're going to be doing is looking at this vehicle, doing a tank review on it, and seeing how her stats is in the garage, and also take her out into a battlefield and see how she performs on the battlefield. But when these things first launched, there was tons of these vehicles out. They're pretty slowly going down now, due because it's been a few days since the season went live, so you might have some better luck of playing around with these types of vehicles or with other vehicles. But the armor, it's not the best, but yeah. But let's get right into today's video, shall we? So today we have our standard, our standard ammunition is about, oh, my bad, 220 meters of penetration, which is our standard ammo, and our, oh my gosh, but I'm just over the shop right now. With our HE is 65, damage is 30 and 50 for both, and then of course we got our ATGM, which has about 900 meters of pen and about 1,000. And let's wait for it. No, I want to see the secondary. Please show it, please. About 1,300 damage. So yes, you get to use both the autocannon and the about 8 ATGMs, or AKA anti-air SAM launchers. Then hit points is 3,200, pretty decent. Max speed is 58 miles per hour. View range is 699, and concealment is 250, which is supposed to be a light tank, but in reality it's actually AA. So yeah. So let's go ahead and go over here. So my equipment, I put advanced optics. View range is 10% more, which you never know. Even though this is Cold War with True Vision, this might help you out, especially if you're using camo like this and stuff. And it makes it harder for someone to see you, but with this, it will help you see them better. And then also advanced concealment, which is reduced tanks detectability, which is pretty decent. And no, sadly, it doesn't get the oh, what's that thing I always use for my other tanks? Advanced loader or something like that, where it helps it reload. But we also use gun stabilizer. Vehicle movement accuracy is 20% more, and turn rotation accuracy is 20% more, which is pretty good, especially if you're using these ATGMs, aka SAMs. So yeah. Next is my consumables, which I put a repair kit. Of course, I always put premium smoke, and of course, a premium repair kit, and a premium haul patch as well. You never know when you're going to need that stuff. I also keep just normal APFS rounds with about 1,500 rounds you can use. And of course, you got HE rounds as well. Typical normal HE. And then, of course, you got your ATGMs, which you can carry about 24 of these on your vehicle, which is not bad. After all, you can use about 8 of them to be reloaded. So, yeah. There you go. Now let's go over to the commander. My perks of my commander, I have rapid loading, which is 10% increase to gun reload speed, which is really good. And then I have steady aim, which is 10% increase to accuracy, which again, really great. And then I also got clutch braking, which is 7.5 increase to vehicle hull rotation speed, which with this vehicle, it does feel like it kind of needs it. Camouflage express, 10% increase to your vehicle camouflage factor. And then I also have Green Thumb, which is 10% increase to vehicle camera factor when in foliage or like bushes and stuff. And then I also have Traditional Awareness, which is 6% increase to max view range, which you're probably going to want. But anything else, what you would want is Gender Mechanic. I would probably say this would probably be a number one thing. Uh, if you do get spotted, in some way, it's good. But then in another way, it's kind of not that necessary for this vehicle because the armor is not really well. It's all right. It's all right, but it's nothing like a main battle tank armor. So yeah, but anything else, I will probably take maybe muffle shot, which is 30% increase to shooting camouflage factor, which when you shoot, your camo factor loses a little bit. If that makes any sense, I'm hoping it does. But this will allow you not to lose as much camo factor when you fight your main guns. I was going to say battery for some reason. Um, Anything else? Probably snapshot because it's 12% increase to accuracy during turn rotation. Maybe Outrun Rush, which is 15% increase to gun reload speed when it's under 10% HP, which in a lot of sense it would be really good to have that. Anything else I would try to take, which not too many more perks could take. Sadly, which what I hear that Wargaming is reworking some of the perks, so not sure what's going on with that. Maybe Rapid Aim, which is increase to gun and turn and gun rotation speed. Anything else will probably be between Deadeye or Born Leader. I would not take this Quick Leader. I've said that this would really benefit you if you're grinding a commander out with XP. You need XP on that commander. But once you're done, you're going to have to use gold to replace that type of perk. Here, I will show you guys what I'm talking about. So, replace. So, if you want to replace just one perk, you're going to need 10 gold to be able to do that. But if you want to replace all of them, you're going to need about 60 gold to replace them all. So, do you think of what you're going to put on your commander? Unless if Wargaming is deciding to change that up and not allow it to be gold anymore, that would be nice. So that way anyone can actually, replace a perk if they want to for free with credits. That would be the better choice. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens in the upcoming uh, Commander rework, I think it is, or something like that. I believe, please miscorrect me if I am wrong about that. But yes, that is all the stuff I would put on my commander. And let's go ahead and go look at the armor, which, like I said, not the best well armored vehicle, but it is a Bradley after all. The M3A1, I was right. ADATS, M3A1. So let's go ahead with the armor. So we got about 6 mirror sickness, which is the space armor protection on the both, left and right of the vehicle, and the rear mount flap and the front mount flap. And plus, there's a little two spots right here beside where the driver sits. Plus, this little, I think it's the ammo, where the ammunition gets stored for the auto cannon. And then we have about 9.50, which is the holsters, or whatever you want to call those, holding the SAM launchers or ATGMs, whatever you want to freaking call them. Then we have 9.53, which is the space armor for the upper plate. These two bits on the left or the right, or wherever you want to call this side. I think that's right. Yeah, that's right. I believe. I could be wrong. The belly of where the rear of the vehicle is. Then we have 12 meter thickness, which is these two fuel tanks in the rear, the whole turret, and these little bibs and bobs all over the hull. Then we have 19 meter thickness, which is above the tracks, the gun, and the what's that? What would that be called? The main eyes of the vehicle, and then also the plane compartment as well. We have 20 meter thickness, which is the tracks, the gun, And that's it. Press the track size base armor. 25 mirror thickness, which is the lower plate, the side armor, the back, and where the driver sits a little bit too, and where the main ultra cannon sits as well. 34 mirror thickness, which is the frontal part of the belly of the tank, and then we have 38 mirror thickness, which is these left and right bibs, which holds the main frontal road wheels, plus the side armor, plus the upper plate, and plus where the driver sits as well inside the tank. And that's it. That's all the armor for this beautiful monster. But that's going to be it within the garage. So let's go over the main parts of the tank here that normally you don't see, right? Right. So top forward speed is 58.40 miles per hour. The top reverse speed is 26.30. Horsepower is 500. Power weight ratio is 25.78. The chance of being set on fire is 12%. Hit points is 3,200. Hull rotation speed is 51.60. Soft retreating resistance 1.10. Medium retreating resistance is 0.50. Firm retreating resistance is 0.45. And the detectability range for sitting still is 250.61, which, this is supposed to be a light tank, but in reality is an AA. While moving is 250.67, which is the same thing as moves staying still. So, yeah, honestly, doesn't really matter. I don't think it really does it? View range is 699.60, and signal range is 800. And now let's talk about the main gun itself, which is a 25 mm M3A1 Bushmaster gun, which is the main gun that the Bradley itself, both the M2 and the M3 variation of the Bradley, carries. So current rotation speed is 60 seconds. Actually, during rotation is 0.49. Max elevation is 59. Max depression is 9. Reload time is 27 seconds. Rate of fire is 154.24. Remember, this is a auto cannon, so the rate of fire is going to be crazy. Accuracy 100 meters is 0.19. Accuracy during movement is 0.97. Aim time is 1.70. Shot per clip is 300. So you get 300 shots within your gun. So that's a lot of shots. Engine clip reload is 0.3 seconds. Max ammunition capability is 1,500. Of course, you get APFSDS, and HE. Damage per minute is 4,627, but that's not including, for two things. It's not including the ATGMs, and it's not including if all shots pen. So you have to count that if all of your shots actually pins the enemy, and which the only way you're going to know all your shots is going to pin the enemy if you're playing another one of these things, or another armored fighting vehicle, or another type like light tank, anything lightly armored at Era 3, you're more likely definitely going to pen. But if you're fighting against something like a M1A2 Abrams, or a T80, or T72, or Challenger 2, or Leopard 2, or Leclerc, or the Markovas, the Japanese Type 90, one of the Chinese main battle tank vehicles, anything that's a heavy or armored vehicle, you're more likely not going to pin the front too much unless you're probably aiming for the lower plate, or if you decide to get to the rears or the side armor, which will be a lot more easier for you to pen and stuff like that. But let's go ahead and cover the ATGMs. So the ATGMs reload time is 41.40 seconds. Rate of fire is 2.85. Accuracy 100 meters is 0.18, which you guide the missile in. Accuracy during movement is 0.93. Aim time is 1 second. Shot per clip is 8, so you get 8, like I said, 8 of them, which you can carry up to about 24 of them. Interclip reload is 18.18, and I already said about how many you carry is 24. And of course, they're ATGMs, but in reality, they're actually not ATGMs. Yeah, whatever. Damage per minute is 3,705. So with 4,000, you're looking at the maximum. Let's see. about 7,000 or so, or close to 7,000, maybe 9,000 or something like that. Please miscorrect me if I am wrong down below in the comments. But yeah, definitely. That is a good bit of damage if you include the ATGMs and if you pen every shot from your auto cannon. And if you want to see the premium benefits, go ahead and put the video on pause. I'm not really going to talk about those too much in this video. And yeah, that is basically it for the ADAT within the garage. I guess it's time to take her out, see how she performs. And I do have a gameplay ready for you guys to see. So I guess enough with the jibber jabber. But there's one thing I do want to say. I do like this vehicle. Though, like I've said, I believe the beginning of the video that when these things first came out, there was a tons of these vehicles out, but they probably have slowed down a little bit more ever since their launch. But you expect that when a new vehicle comes into the game. So yeah. But I'd like to know what you guys think about this vehicle. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Are you maybe in between of enjoying this vehicle? Because I know this vehicle looks cool and it's pretty fun to play too, especially when your ATGMs hits and does about 1,000 so damage. So yeah, that's probably the fun part, isn't it? The ATGMs, or AKA SAM launchers, whatever you want to call them. But that's enough with the jibber jabber there, guys. Let's go ahead and go out there and see how she performs. All right. Alright, see you guys there in a few minutes. So we're back, guys, on Fredavon, whatever. I'm probably butchering the name pretty dang badly, but still, this is, I gotta say, it took me a little while to get this gameplay. Only because, you know, there's so many of us in the matchmaking at the time we're trying to get the gameplay. Maybe I should have waited. Oh well. We'll probably more likely see this vehicle in the near future in this channel, because I will probably have like random gameplays when I do pretty well, when I think I do pretty well. Like I've said previously in the past, if the gameplay is me doing well as like if it's a defeat or victory, if I come first, second, or third, doesn't really matter. But this vehicle, it all depends. If you're not using your ATGMs, or aka SAMs, yeah. If you're using just your ATGMs, you're going to play, you know, of course, a far distance fight, due because of reduced damage you do if you're close up to an enemy vehicle. But then your armor is not great, your speed is not like extremely great either, and then your auto cannon, even though as good as it is, you're going to have to worry about getting to the rears and side armor of main battle tanks. Other ADATs or even other armor fighting vehicles like BMPs or Bradleys and stuff, not so much. You could actually do very well against those, but due because this is Era 3 and you're going to be seeing a good bit of Abrams, T-80s, T-72s, Leopard 2s, Challenger 2s, you get the point. You're not going to do very well against frontal armor. Of course, you know, that is what it is. But right now, we're trying to use True Vision and stuff like that to see if we can see any of the enemy. And this is how most of the gameplay is going to be if you want to use those ATGMs, which I kind of want to get to show what these ATGMs can do in this gameplay here. So this does show off the ATGMs and a little bit of the auto cannon too. So yeah, but it looks like we're missing one. Did I fire one? No, I didn't fire one. No. I thought I did, but I know I didn't. Oh, looks like we get someone. So can we shoot it? Sadly, no pen. It must have hit the cheeks, which, you know, I'm going up on a side of a hill, and it looks like we find a AMX. Are we going to hit him? We do hit him a little bit, which looks like now we have his sides. We are going to be using our TGMs. That guy got tracked, but it looks like we tracked him again. Or no, we didn't. We just did about 1,000 so damage. I do want to stay out of, you know, detectability because I was, you know, detected there. So we decided to go up here. We're using our ultra cam. We don't get the kill sadly, but at least we helped our team. And we do see a ADAT over there. Looks like we are using one to use our ATGMs. We do see someone. Do we actually hit them? Sadly, no. I'm not sure what I hit there or what I seen there, It looked like a vehicle at least, but looks like we're trying to use our true vision a little bit here and there. We can see someone shooting there. We're shooting back at them slowly. We wanted to use our ATGMs again, and we see a Abrams coming up, and looks like we're going to protect our Abrams. And do we fire? Yes, we do. We hit that Abrams, put him into a one-shot. Sadly, though, he doesn't get taken out. But it looks like we're having another friendly enemy. Looks like an M1, or is that a K1? Can't tell which one was it. I think it's a K1, but then it could be an M1. But it looks like we're using. You can see I'm trying to use true vision right there by taking the reticle out of the way. But it looks like we do not get to kill that guy, but one of our other ADATS do. And we were thinking about using ATGM, and boom, ATGM up to 4,000 damage already. This is how you play the vehicle if you won't play with the ATGMs. You know, this is the reason why I'm also sitting like this, so that way I could, you know, simply sit, so that way I could go forward if I have to. But it looks like there's an ADAT right there. Do we actually hit him? Yes, we do. We take his engine out. We do get hit, but it's only from the ADAT, so nothing too worried over there. Looks like he's in cover, but he's a one-shot. Well, he's a one-shot for ATGM, not one-shot for my auto cannon. It's just going to take a few shots to take him out. But it looks like he's trying to poke, but he gets detected. Hard enough for me, but for my ally. And the enemies are now closing in. And boom, you can see the reduced damage. But now we're using our auto cannon. This is where the auto cannon really works out for you. And my ally is also trying to help take this guy out. But we get hit as well by ATGM. And I believe my ally is using his smoke. I'm not sure why I'm thinking about using ATGM right here. I should have used my auto cannon, but that was my mistake. Sadly, this ally has gotten too many shots onto me, and due because there's so many enemy tanks up there, yeah, I get taken out. But still, up to about 6,981 damage dealt in this game. I don't actually know, that is not my highest damage record, to be honest with in the world of Counter at this moment. My highest damage record actually is on the Lockflare T4, so maybe one day we could actually, you know, beat our highest damage record. But sadly, we lose our one ADAT and our tank destroyer, and we only have this little guy here. This was 190, 40, 56, but I don't think he's going to survive. There's so many enemy tanks left, and I'm fighting vehicles and stuff, and he has a broken gun, and there's a, yeah, I died on his rear. But that's gonna be it for this one there, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy it, but also let me know what you think about this vehicle. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Or are you in the mix? But that's gonna be it for this one. I hope you guys really did enjoy it. If you guys did, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you guys want to, and like always, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye for now.